Before the Zabu nerf, I played a ton of Annihilus Bounce with Werewolf and it was very strong. Yeah, I have such a hard time with evaluations like that because, like, the Annihilus deck is just objectively very good. So it's really tough to be like, okay, this deck, Werewolf was good in this deck, or this deck was good with Werewolf, when you're, like, playing a card that's just, like, as good as Annihilus is, essentially. Annihilus is by far the best card in Stamp right now. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. So we do this. So my dog ends here. My ending board state will be Psylocke here, Falcon here, Korg, Werewolf here, Nico, Hawkeye, Ninja back in my hands. Worth noting that Werewolf still jumps under Cosmo, because your on reveals don't have to trigger, they just have to be on the card. Nico could get us in trouble here, but I think this is the play. Oh, you know what? Actually, I could just do this, right? And put her underneath here so that way she can't get us into trouble. That's what this is, Ben. Black Swan and Werewolf are both low flame percentage cards. And then Hawkeye will be 7 next turn, as long as I play something into this path. If they Spectrum, they go up to 16 here. What do we think of this? This gives me 7 plus 5 is 12, 15 in the middle, and the dog jumps 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It. Pump is such a fun card to execute correctly. Very satisfying sequence.
Knowledge is power.
Werewolf by Night falls into the same category as Angela, where I think Marvel Snap's just a much better game when cards like this are competitive. They add such a good dynamic to the gameplay. I think Annihilus is the problem. Well, maybe. Not that I agree with that one. I think Annihilus is really powerful. It's definitely a super strong card. Shadowlands for a second game in a row. Wake up, sheeple. The truth is out there. Iceman to disrupt their curve, it's also important that I have priority going into next turn, so that way my beast doesn't get Cosmoed. And if I played the Hood out, I would lose priority to any of their 2-drops. Oops, I almost played Hood here. I'm glad that didn't happen. Do I do this now? This gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. I'll brick a draw if I do this. But I think that's fine, question mark. Is it? Yeah, I don't want to. I kind of want to draw Carnage, yeah? I'm going to just do this, and then I can get triggers on these again with Falcon next turn for free, I think is my plan. Is huge. So we do this. Oh, I should play this to stop the Nebula. Good call. And now I will cut myself off a draw next turn, but I think with the Carnage draw, that's fine. Man thing's pretty scary. If I get armored here, we die. There's also a question of, would I rather do this, probably? Just let's Hawkeye get up to 7 next turn. All right, we dodge an armor, we can dodge Evolve. Now, the tricky part here is if I lose either side to an Omega Red, they win the middle. This gets +3 up to 12. Monkey is 3 up to 15. If they Omega Red here, they're only going to 12. The opponent's deck is the Gene Sarah deck from my best decks video. Check that out. Is Swan just better? Well, this is 6 and this is 5. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that, oh, Swan is, oh, I do have enough energy. I forgot I had energy from this. Better than Iceman. Yes, got it. Got it. All right, ship it. They're leaving, Sedge. Victory. I think we're gonna be good here. Because if they Spectrum here, we're gonna win the tiebreaker, and if they Omega Red, they're not winning. But I need to beat Omega Red and Spectrum there. Munchlax, thank you for the deck submission. Appreciate the support. I have 2 more after this current one. Or, sorry, 3 more after this current one. Or 2 after this current one, and then you. You're the 3rd. Words. Words! What do words mean anyways? Honestly, this might be a game that we retreat even though it's just for 1 because, they're a Luke Cage deck and that's a negative zone. Give me Luke Cage! Oh, baby! Oh, baby, a triple! Ooh, baby, baby! Ooh, baby. Okay, well now we'll snap 6 to 2. We're the punk champions of the world. JK, retreating is for wieners. Yep. Werewolf! Werewolf! This brick's a draw is the problem. Yeah, it's probably this. Expecting Gene on the right here since they mojoed there. Not the Falcon I wanted for Christmas, gamers. Yeah, Nico on Demon Mode is solid into Psylocke next turn. Okay, they're punching the center. I think this wins most of the time, yeah? Yes, this is our head from the Daily Bungle. Whoa, what a close game. Isn't Monkey +2 on the right? Chat, there's a Cosmo right here. This answers two different chat questions. One person asked why didn't Psylocke make an energy? It wasn't because of Nico, it was because of Cosmo. Oh, Monkey's 2 more on the left. Good call. Good call. Not right. Yes. Yes, this was free to put 2 more here. That's a good shot. Not on the right though. Good. Accurate. Good catch, chat. This felt all right. It's time for an ad break, and I'm going to run to the restroom, but we're going to give this one a little bit more time when we get back since we're having a chill Friday. We got plenty more viewer decks coming up today. I've still got room to take 1 to 2 more submissions. We'll be streaming for 5 or 6 hours yet. Thanks for the support, folks. See you in 120 seconds. BRB subs. Many, thanks for the deck submission. Drew, a pixie deck that doesn't use Annie or Death Strike. Yeah, we can do a pixie without Annie. In fact, there's a, you check out the best decks video from this morning, Carl. There's a deck in there we'll probably start with. In the high potential, there is a Pixie War Machine deck. Close up viewer submissions with those. We'll pin that best decks video. Folks are more likely to see it. Our deck is not a stellar Gamma Lab deck. I might just get rid of it. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. We'll do this, and then we'll have Carnage eat Psylocke next turn. Which, that's a perfectly fine and legal play, because this is a Marvel card game and not a DC card game. Ooh, we need to draw 1 or a 2 here. Perfect. What a lovely hit. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, we're definitely staying for the snap. I have priority here. I shouldn't need to worry about getting Professor X, right? Am I supposed to do this? I think I want to wait until after I wolf to do that. Oh no! What a disaster. Well, I guess that gives me a big what if we do this? If I don't get Professor X here, this might actually be fine. If that's not a peak Marvel Snap Conquest Sucks experience, I don't know what is. This is why playing Bruise in this game mode is such a miserable experience. You queue up with your deck and you beat one of the top meta. Oh yeah, fucking fist bump. What a good game of Marvel Snap. Queued into my 90-10 matchup. Good game, gamer. Ooh. Yeah, and that's a good example of why I'm just not playing Infinite Conquest this season, right? Like, imagine you get to round 4 or 5 of Infinite Conquest, playing a sweet brew like this one, and then you queue into the person that decided to queue up with Sandman. And it's just like, well, glad I spent the rest of my day here doing stuff. Definitely wasn't a complete and total waste. We'll fart around with the fun decks and the modes where when we queue into the 10% matchup, we'll just move on with our life. Why are there so many locations that put crap in my hand? They're so annoying. Yes, genuinely, one of the best changes they could make to Infinite Conquest is letting you go 5-1. think Dark Dimension means we're probably dead here, unfortunately. Or have a side deck, yeah. Either of the two.
Face the might of Asgard, Mjolnir!
It is noteworthy they can't cheat. That is true. Matter. Their vibes as bad as ours, at least. Worse, honestly. Does magic benefit this deck in a meaningful way? That's not the question you want to ask yourself. The appropriate question you need to ask is, does magic benefit this deck more than it would benefit your opponent on average? Which I think the answer is no. I think it's this. So we end here. Really small thing, but you saw me switch the card I was playing there from Korg to Carnage because the Korg rock doesn't matter, and I wanted to make sure I spend all my energy in case they play Red Hulk. So I'm punting here, and we're playing for here and here. And the dog's gonna move 4 times up to +8. So we're gonna gain 10 over here up to 22. And they're gonna lose 4 down to 10.
Victory!
Adventure was not stellar for us, but it was worse for them, so that's nice. How do you get the sub for Misty after hitting the goal? Drop me a DM on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord, and I will get the sub gift hooked up after the stream today. Does the opponent rank Killmonger? Not usually.
Face the might of Asgard, Mjolnir!
It's a funky game. I kinda need to draw Falcon. Oh, request granted. Is it actually even the play, though? This would give me 1, 2, 3 back to my hand, and then Falcon would kick Iceman back to my hand. And then I'll have a free demon, a 2 energy hit monkey, a 3 energy hit monkey, and another demon I can play next turn. That seems reasonable. Decks where you have to manage your hand size are always fun. That's why I hate locations that add cards to my hand. Removes that element from the game. Wait, what? Excuse me? Why on God's green earth would you make that play? And they have priority, so I don't have to worry about tech cards here. Monkeys are 12 apiece. So this is plus 18 in the middle up to 22. I think I put the extra demon over here. I don't think they beat 22 middle, yeah?
Union to me. Victory.
Hopefully we get Hit Monkey boosters at the end of this. These are my short list of cards I still don't have a gold split on. This is Fool's gold background. Alright, any one drop, please. Unfortunately, because they're a deck full of tech cards, I don't think I could realistically make this play, yeah? Because it would force me to... I think it's just this. Although, I suppose I want to... I actually want a beast going into next turn because I want the card's reduced cost for the monkey turn on the last turn. Final answer. And I want to put Carnage in the middle for the sake of not having priority because I don't want to be tied here. Final Final answer. Oh, I suppose putting Falcon here means that I can't trigger Hawkeye and bounce everything there. So that's a mistake. It's actually a pretty big mistake. I need to put Hawkeye or Falcon in one of these two slots. I think this is my play now. Demon mode, I think, goes pretty good. This is plus 13 in the middle, up to 15. This is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 10, 16 here on the left. I'm gonna put the demon on the left and only go to 11 in the middle. Seven and 4 go to 13 here. Yeah, we beat that because I switched, yeah. I think they play for the left every time because they have the marble bonus there. So we just want to stack some extra points. I think 9's probably the biggest we expect them to add, either this or Jane. Ooh, and we got hit monkey boosters. Lovely. This is the monkey I want to split, though. Do I play Yu-Gi-Oh? Nope. I'm a former Magic the Gathering player, so that means I can't read. There's too many words on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Ooh! I get another roll on my Medusa split. Just remembered I forgot to check this morning.
Infinity.
It's a solid looking cosmetic and inked, but we're definitely working towards gold. Perfection. Got that purple border on it too. What a lovely morning. We're playing a bounce stack. We added another gold split. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Arson, thank you for the 40 buds. Welcome back. Can't end on a streak. Chat, nobody donated for that. That was just a random one. You don't gotta keep going on random ones. Arsenault, thank you for the 40 months. Welcome back. Or do you? Asking the real questions. I need to finish claiming credits off the track. I claimed like 300 things off my collection level track last night while I was sitting watching TV. I still have 750 left, so need to clear some more of those over the weekend probably.
Opponent snapped.
Which Nico deck are they? Destroy is probably not a good scene for us. I'm vibing on Hawkeye for now. I want to go Iceman Hawkeye and then not be able to beast. They're Destroy, they have a Deadpool avatar. Yeah, it's a good take. This is a matchup where we will live or die by our ability to draw Beast and Falcon. We're not playing any tech cards, so we have to just hope that we can bounce around their Killmongers. We'll just play it as best of one. Match is probably a little bit hard. They have 2 locations that are favorable for them, so deck's a little stacked against us at the moment.
What a game!
No bounce cards in the top half of our deck either. Hellfire isn't great for. I don't think that's remotely true, Ben. I think Hellfire is a neutral location for them at absolute worst. Plenty of other places they can put their Deadpool. It's half my deck is 1-drops. It's definitely a location that's polarized in their favor. Deadpool is 8. And we can't compete at Nidavellir, and we can't compete if they have, Null. We also only have one stat with Hitmonkey, right? So probably just Torched here. Could you imagine if Werewolf cost 3 right now? How sick would our turn be if Werewolf cost 3? Just actually insane. It's a shame it took us so long to draw a bounce card. We'd have had Falcon or Beast in our top half. Would have been in a really reasonable spot here. Nah, fuck Zabu. Old Zabu is one of the worst things that ever happened to Marvel Snap, and the game is significantly better with Zabu being a different card. Absolutely hated feeling compelled to play Zabu in a deck with Werewolf. Such an uninteresting and terrible deck building requirement. What's this? If you have any suggestions for a playable version when they decide to bring him on a timeout? Decide to bring who on a timeout? Playable version of what? Playable version of a Zabu deck? Playable version of this deck? Comment is very nondescript. Oh, Zabu has a card. No, I have no idea what a good Zabu deck looks like if they inevitably change Zabu back to his baseline. Honestly, with how good the format is after they change Zabu, I would honestly be a little bit disappointed in the Marvel staff design team if they put Zabu back to how he was before. You know, maybe I was supposed to Beast the Falcon last turn, so that way I could Falcon this turn to continue to dodge Killmonger is probably the case. Probably dead to turn 6 Killmonger this game. Warlordy, thank you for the 40 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. When viewer submissions are open, it is $10 for subscribers to submit a viewer deck to the stream. If you're a non-subscriber, you can submit a deck for 20 USD. But submissions are closed for the day. Generally speaking, on days where we do viewer decks, they close up. They fill up in the first hour or so of the stream. We're dead here, but move on to our next match. I want to play 4 to 10. This is technically no, I can't play. It's 4 not 3. Yikes. I'm bored. I'll move on to the next one.
Escaped.
I don't need to wait for them to finish running the rope down in order for them to play the card that we can never beat. full rope. Play the card you could never beat. All right, yeah. This is where chat suggests you play carry. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we're probably losing that game to not Killmonger as well, right? There's just like a combination of Death and Null that also beat us. So bad for our Falcon. Our Hit Monkey deck probably doesn't have a stellar... Our Hit Monkey deck probably doesn't have a stellar looking matchup. Falcon, please! As always, Loki remains the least interesting and powerful thing about the Loki deck, and the tech cards in Cosmo and Shang-Chi and Rogue and others that they play remain the most difficult thing to keep up with. It always destroys the longest running deck that's been pretty much unchanged, right? Its last edition was X23 or Nico? Nico was the last edition. Came out after X23. Yes. Oh my god, they drew our Falcon. That's so brutal. There's no destroy cards on the horizon either. I mean, that's fine though, right? Like, destroy doesn't need any help. This is 12 here. So if they beat us here, they would also need to put... They would also need to put 4 points here. Alternatively, I could just stick Carnage here. And then go like Nico here, Werewolf here, or Hit Monkey here. This gets me to plus... This gets me to plus 12 here. And if they beat plus 12 here, I would be 6-1, and I would be 8, 14 to... Yeah, I think this is the play. Most of the time. Narcolepsy, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back.
Snap.
Into Werewolf is lovely. I haven't played Carnage in this shell before, and it honestly feels so good. I was not expecting this card to feel as good as it's felt inside of this deck. I just truly don't understand how people use the snap function in this game if this isn't a place where you're snapping. I just like, wholly, entirely, like, do you ever press the button if that's not a moment where you're pressing it? Have a rock, Cable. Like a rock. Oh, like a rock. Why are tech cards so good? Tech cards so good. I gotta do this. I just like have to try and draw cards here. Ah, look at that. Has there ever been someone more rewarded for tempo Black Swan than I was in this moment? Truly beautifully glorious. I think it's just this. And then like next turn, we have Falcon into the middle, Hit Monkey, Korg, plus a 1-drop that we draw next turn. What good does Falconing do for me this turn? I'm not going to be able to play the cards back out. Yeah, Carnage. Carnage just continues to look stellar in this deck while we play it. I've talked about this a bit, but I think Carnage is currently undersold in his utility as just being kind of a tech card. He's just consistently impressive. There's so many random locations and game actions and stuff where you get cluttered. Actually, a worse draw than a Subterranea Rock. Unironically, the worst draw in my deck. I guess Beast wasn't stellar either, but Werewolf and Beast, actually the two worst. Like, it's just this. Spread out and play for all of them. Leave it again, yep.
Victory.
Would Ham be better than Korg in this deck? Well, I'm playing Korg, which has the implication that I think Korg is better. So if you think Ham is better, feel free to articulate why. And maybe we can have a discussion about it. Thanks, Giggity. Appreciate the biddies as always. Isn't this a viewer deck? It doesn't matter if it was a viewer deck or something I built. It's actually something I built. If you want to criticize or recommend a different card, I expect the same amount of articulation. Don't expect me to tell you that your idea is bad. Instead, tell me why your idea is good, and then we can talk about it. My expectation in that manner serves two purposes. The first is that it stops some silly ideas, because if you can't think of a reason your suggestion is better, it's probably silly. And two, if your suggestion is better, it creates an actual discussion point and we can have a back and forth instead of me just lecturing you. One of the things I think people don't think about enough with Ham is that Ham is actually a card that you don't want to play on curve. It's a card you want to wait to play later. Compared to Iceman and Korg, which specifically incentivize you to put them into play as quickly as possible. Key difference between the two. Iceman and Korg also bounce better. Yes, they are meaningful disruption the second time through. I assume they're snapping on Cosmo here, but I have priorities, so that's fine. If it's a Mobius, I'm kind of sad, I suppose. I feel like they wouldn't snap on Mobius unless they're ghosting. That's just too also. Oh, it's just a Loki Quinjet Snap, sure. My body is excited to lose to them drawing the perfect tech card off the top of their deck after the Loki Babe. Generally speaking, that's how these moments go. Carnage Lab. I didn't want to go all in on playing all of my cards into the lab because I didn't want to get caught by a Cosmo in one spot because I didn't have priority. I think it's this. And the next turn we just have like Black Swan, Psylocke Demon. Sounds lovely. Well, I could have gotten more points out of that last turn, but it would have put us in a worse spot to Cosmo. I assume they're bouncing some or all of these cards. How do we have 2 Hawkeyes? Carnage, 8 Nico. Iceman's actually exceptionally bad for us here. We need to draw Iceman of our own now. Is that monkey on the right? Good God, they did our deck so much better than us. Unlucky. I think we're definitely playing for 6 here. We'll make this the game. This gives us, +3, gives us 13, 19 in the middle, and then we get a big dog on the left. Hey, big dog. How you doing, big dog? Puppy. My body is ready to get Shang-Chi off the top of their deck here. Yeah. That's true. They could have top decked White Widow to block us on the left. Would be brutal. Okay. Okay. Poppy! Get fucked, Buttercup! I don't think they had any plays that could win the game here, chat. I don't think it was actually possible for them to win the game with the cards that they just played out. Baby. Ow, baby. I guess they could have, if they put Demon Iceman here, they're +8. They would have had to play as many points as possible middle. If they put Quinjet somewhere else and play both of these here, they're +8 and they tie us. We could have lost that way. We would have lost that breaker. Something, nerf Loki. We've played these Werewolf Black Swan. We played a Werewolf Black Swan variation featuring Darkhawk recently. It felt a little bit clunky, so I wanted to try this. And I gotta be honest, this actually felt pretty reasonable. Like, we're not just purely linear. We have Iceman and Korg as a little bit of disruption at the bottom still. And I really gotta say, Carnage felt like the MVP that set. He was so useful in so many spots. Carnage helps mitigate some of the variance that Werewolf by Night experiences with bad locations. Clearing out raptors, clearing out squirrels, all sorts of stuff like that was super useful and relevant at various points. It's also just like another clean answer to our hood. Yeah, and the clutter decks are around too. Like that last opponent had White Widow. This is felt sweet. Probably post a highlight with that one whenever we have a semi-functional bounce deck. I like to throw it up there. It's my favorite.